What up, it's your boy Dvrth back at it again with another video, and today we're here with, oh my god, I was about to say To Your Eternity, Mob Psycho, Season 3, Episode 2. Last episode was, it was Mob Psycho, god damn it, and it was fire. Got a little bit of Mob trying to figure out what he wants to do, as a career, and got Reagan, who gave the best advice, as Reagan does, gave the best advice that anybody could give any adolescents in that situation, or just anybody in general in that situation, which is do what you feel like. Just live. Just live. Fantastic. Good shit, Reagan. But it seems to be some interesting shit going on with the broccoli, or the divine tree as they call it, and also with Dimple having a bit of a situation himself where he's run into a wall, like Mob has. Great stuff happening, or great things being put out into the world, I guess you could say, for this show, and I'm really interested in seeing where do they take this, where do they take Mob's progression. Oh, what the fuck, ew, what the fuck, my beard or my mustache got in my fucking mouth. Let's just fucking start this. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more Mob Psycho or something totally different, the best place to send that in, as always, my social media link's going to be in the description below. And if you want these episodes early, subscribe to my Patreon. Link's going to be in the description for that as well. So, with all that being said, let's get our headphones. Make sure they're on. I turned them off. Fuck. Them bitches is on, and let's just get into it. Hunters, please. Yo, hunters. I was gonna say, I'm gonna keep saying hunters until eventually they say hunter. Oh man, I was wondering, bro. Like, I was like, man, you know, eventually they gotta make like the joke of saying hunters. Hey, bro, big shout out to whoever the fuck animated all this. Like, the animation team does a fantastic job with the anime itself, like the show itself. But man, this fucking OP nigga, they do a great job with these OPs. Who doesn't have a job yet? Yeah, fucking right, bro. Bro, you lame ass niggas. What the fuck? Mom, you're hanging out with the morons. Well, it was a good try. It was a good start. Oh, I'm glad the guy looks a little bit better. That's what's up. A cross-dressing cafe? Interesting. Yeah, it might be fun. Redoing my... Oh. Okay, good on you. Good on you. Hello! What the fuck? Oh. Whoa! So bold. What the fuck? You babysitting now? Bro, what are you doing here? It's me. Dark Army. Bro, why is Mob Psycho like genuinely funny, bro? Nerd. I don't know what's the evil. He's trying. Basically, stop stroking your fucking vocabulary ego, nigga. I just said speak like a normal. What? Firearms and Swords Control Act? But the law. Oh, you got bands? Hey, nigga, we'll kill whatever yokai you need. Oh. Yep. We're doing it. 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 You got any more jobs? Oh God, money talks, and it is persuasive. I've made a friend. The cycle of sadness. Oh man. Please. Bro. Yeah, I was about to say, isn't that the same building? Oh yeah, he's thinking about something totally different. I like that though. He's not just locked in on the job. He has other things going on. Oh shit, no, that's definitely the fucking broccoli. Is it? Or is that something complete? Am I off base with that? Okay. Jesus Christ. Buddy, we're dirting this guy. I don't know who the fuck you been fighting, but we're dirting this guy. Oh shit. Good save, bro. Oh my God, the animation just got crazy. Bro, stop. Oh my God. Yeah. Yep. Oh shit. Oh. Oh. What the? He used business cards for something fun. Oh my God. Let's go, Sarazawa. Oh, good shit, Mom. Coming up with them ideas. Huh? What the fuck? What the fuck? Let's go, let's go! That's my dog, Sarazawa! Yo, he's nasty. Yo! Oh, Sarazawa! Oh, he's nasty with it. Pussy! Oh, shit! Yo, this is fucking heat. Or form neat. Oh, that's fucking... Oh, as a shield, that is fucking incredible! Bro! Let's go. Oh my God. Good shit. Boy, you gonna get the same treatment. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the? Oh shit! Swing on his dumb stupid ass. He said. Bro, you're not gonna see it. Yeah, man. Come on. You learned that. You learned that with the dragger, bro. Come on. Nice. I like this. Mob is yeah. He's figuring things out by himself. He's gaining that individuality. Oh, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. Holes, front, tape. Oh, nice. It was the middle of the road. And hey, man, it's okay. Oh, well, not that. He threw salt at it. Yeah, cross-dressing Ritsu, let's go, baby. You look great, man. Oh, man. Joe! It's my dog. It does. Maybe you change. Oh, good job. I was about to say. God, I love this. Like, I don't know if this is like charcoal or like, because I think the way that you do this is so fucking cool. Oh my god, that's such a good animation. But I think the way that you do this animation style is like glass and charcoal or something like that. I love this shit, man. Ooh, it's a banger. Hey, Mob Psycho has some good EDs, man. That last ED, season 2's ED is my favorite, but this ED is so fucking good. And bring the color back. Yep, yeah, bring the color back. It's great. Oh, that's a great ED. That's a great ED. I love that. Yeah, it's the broccoli. It's the broccoli. It's the broccoli. Yeah, it's definitely the broccoli. But what is it doing? What the fuck? Okay. Alright. This is good. This is good shit, man. I love Mob Psycho so much, man. The Yokai Hunter. Man, when I say, like, Mob Psycho is a show that easily could be like I could say like a just a straight up 60 something episode show, like per season. I mean, I say that because like the best part about Mob Psycho, or at least one of the best parts about Mob Psycho is the stuff that happens in reality, like the normal day-to-day shit. That is lovely. That's lovely shit that they have in this show. And it's also really important to like Mob's maturation and stuff like that. But with the addition of the Yokai Hunter this episode, it kind of brought me back to Mob Psycho. Like last episode was a great introduction back to Mob Psycho. You know, it's fun, you know, it's thoughtful, it's wholesome and all that other stuff. But this episode really like fully brought me back into Mob Psycho. I say that because with the addition of the Yokai Hunter, it was genuinely funny, right? Like in anime, surprisingly, actually, anime is, or at least for me, is rarely like really fun. Like, there's been funny anime that I've watched before. There's been funny scenes in anime that I've seen before, and like anime can be funny. There are comedy anime out there and stuff like that. But comedy and anime, comedy in general, is usually pretty hit or miss. Specifically with anime, it doesn't always work well. But Mob Psycho, at least to me, is one of the few shows that, or a few anime that is genuinely just hilarious. Like, it's so funny. Having like the comedic timing of the what's his name, Amakusa, the comedic timing of having Amakusa like pontificating in his like stupid, not stupid, but like way over the top, I am a lone yokai hunter type of way that he speaks, and just immediately being cut off by Reagan saying, shut up, you speak stupid, your vernacular is unnecessarily complex, you are not anything better because you use these buzzwords, shut up, speak normally. And he speaks normally, and it's just weirder. It's, you know, it's, they get that comedic timing down so well, and even the point where I don't remember what was said, but there was a point where Reagan was saying something, and Amakusa just pauses and just stares. It's the funniest shit, bro. But yeah, Mob Psycho can not just can be genuinely funny. Mob Psycho is one of the few anime that is genuinely funny. Like, it's so good, and I think it's because it has many times where it just doesn't take itself seriously. I think the show as a whole doesn't take itself too seriously. It understands what it is, and it understands what it has to deliver. But it doesn't take itself too seriously, and that's why it can be funny like that. But I do like Amakusa. I almost kind of wish that he stayed. He had a pretty good dynamic with just being the reactionary guy. Of course, we have that with Reagan, but Reagan has his own role too. But him being that reactionary, oh my god, how could they can do that, or they're so strong, right? But also be like also adding that comedy to the show or the episode, and also having him be a yokai hunter, so he does get into battles, he's just not great, you know. Plus his parents are just throwing money at him to buy all this shit. So in a lot of ways, while he is a real yokai hunter, Reagan was also right. He's just LARPing, you know. in a way, he is just LARPing. So yeah, Reagan was right. But yeah, it's really great stuff. Really fucking great stuff. As I said, the normal run-of-the-mill stuff, the everyday stuff is the great part of one of the great parts of Mob Psycho, and this cultural festival is another example of that. Reason being because Mob, it's a good way for Mob to showcase his newfound individuality. If you remember where Mob was in the beginning of the show, in season 1, he is a lost boy. You know, he's a lost little boy, lost in his own head, feelings. He's and in fact, I don't even think lost is the right word for it. He was very caged by himself, by his own feelings, thoughts, emotions, and in a lot of ways, the world around him caged him too. He didn't speak out. He wasn't, you know, he looked to other people for reassurance and advice, or not advice, but like counsel and stuff like that. But now, if you were to watch Mob Psycho season 1 and then immediately watch season 3, Mob would almost look like a completely different person, or at least he would look like he is on the way to becoming a completely different person. I say that because now he's making decisions for himself. Like he's speaking out, right? When they were trying to figure out like what they were gonna do for the cultural festival and stuff like that, and everybody's saying white sheets, you know, we're gonna make a haunted house, get the ghosts, white sheets over, and I'm sitting thinking that's a stupid fucking idea. What the fuck would anybody do? That's stupid. And we see shows where they do that, and like you know, they just go with the flow, and it's, and you know, it's funny. Oh, ghosts, it's not that scary, but it's funny because it's not scary, you know, all that stuff. But with this, they use it as a tool to show how far Mob has come, because he immediately at least try. He doesn't get his point across the first time, but he at least tries. He says, nah, I don't think it's gonna work. Let me show you what's better though. I think we can do this better, right? And Mob from season 1 would have never interjected like that. Like I said, of course he tried to get his point across, and nothing came out. Of course, getting better with your words and stuff like that, it doesn't happen overnight, right? It doesn't happen quickly. I would know, someone who is horrible with their words. You know, it doesn't happen quickly. So of course you would have to have that moment where Mob like kind of slips up on himself. But afterwards, after the fact, he is constantly thinking about how he's going to solve this problem. And I hate to keep making comparisons to season 1, but if you remember in season 1, when he was on a job, if he wasn't like locked in because Reagan said, hey, lock in, then he was like free spirited, empty mind. I like ants, you know, because he's so sheltered by himself. He's so caged by himself that he almost makes it impossible to have complex thought. So he just immediately goes to, oh, I like ants. Oh, Mob likes milk, you know. But now he's completely different. He's sitting there during a mission, a job, using his parallel thought. He's getting shit done, you know. He's exercising the yokais, the ghosts, whatever. But he's also sitting there thinking, how can I fix, like, what? How can I solve this problem? Yeah, get the fuck out of here. But how do I solve this problem? You know, he's using parallel thinking. He's having complex thought now. It's really nice to see. And with complex thought comes individuality. So now he's able to think for himself. And because he's able to think for himself, he's able to solve problems for himself. So when push comes to shove, you kind of expect Reagan to be like, you know, Mob, what if you did this? Or Serizawa to make some offhand comment and Mob go, oh yeah, I could do that, and or some other character, right? Because that's how it's always worked. But it subverted at least my expectation and just let Mob figure it out for himself. And he did. He was like, oh, I got it. I know what I can do. I know how I can make this cultural festival, whatever they're doing, better, you know. So complex thought gives you individuality, and individuality lets you solve like gives you problem solving, like genuine problem solving. So yeah, it's great seeing just how much more mature Mob is now compared to where he was in season 1, you know. Now my fear, and this isn't really like, I don't think this is a fear that's too founded. I think this is irrational. But my fear is that with individuality and problem solving and all this other stuff comes more choices, right? And while in the last episode we talked about how like you just gotta do stuff, and if you stumble and mistakes happen or missteps or whatever happen, you'll eventually make it to where you want to be. With all that being said, when you get individuality and you gain all these new paths to take, you are bound to trip and fall. You are bound to have your individuality at least tainted in some ways, or people are going to try things, situations, and even yourself may eventually taint your individuality a bit, right? And hopefully within this newfound concept that Mob has of himself, of the self, he won't lose himself within that vast sea of freedom and self-thought, you know. I would hope, at least, especially since we are was it Reagan that pointed it out? Somebody pointed it out. Mob is easily influenced. So and that's with everything. So hopefully he can somewhat kick that habit. I think it was the teacher that said that in the last episode. So hopefully he can somewhat kick that habit. The fight was fucking fire. That was great. In episode 2, nigga. Now, granted, it's a 12 episode season, but episode 2, my nigga, that was kind of cold. They did not have to go that hard. What I really liked about this fight is how cool they made Serizawa look. The focus on Serizawa was really what I appreciated. Mob usually kind of just sits there and you know, side beams shit. But Serizawa, they put him on the front line. They put him on a pedestal in this episode. They made him look fantastic, and not just like, oh, the animation is cool and all that. No, the fight itself was very well thought out. Having Serizawa use the business cards in kind of like the same way that he used his umbrella is really cool, because on a technical aspect, like from a technical aspect, that is very smart to do. Use the cards as a sword, and because the cards are individual things, you can also break them apart and use them as shields or anything like that. It's such a smart way to add some combat to Serizawa. But on top of that, it also shows you Serizawa's individuality as well, right? The fact that he is very used to using that umbrella, you know, in tandem with his side beams and stuff like that, and seeing that he's kicked the umbrella, that's not him anymore. But now that he has found this new path, this new life at the spirit consultation office with Reagan and Mob, he now has he's changed. His individuality has changed. And with that, of course, his fighting style is going to have some variations now. He doesn't have the umbrella anymore that keeps him away from the light and in the dark, you know, feeling like he's in his room as a NEET again. You know, that he now switched out for business cards. You know, even Sarazawa has grown up. He's matured. You know, just because Sarazawa is a grown man doesn't mean that there isn't room for maturation, right? So really great way to showcase the duality of a character when it comes to Sarazawa. I like I said, they made him look fantastic in this episode. And just the animation itself, you know, outside of Sarazawa was fantastic. I think that what Bones does really well when it comes to Mob Psycho, at least with fights, is camera angle. I guess you could say it's not really a camera, of course, because it's anime, but camera angles is what they do really well. They have that free flowing camera angle where it kind of zooms in and out of people fighting and stuff like that, and people that are in the fight. Just all really great work, really great animation work by Bones. Even though sometimes in some shows you can tell that Bones really likes Mob Psycho. They really like working on. I'll say that much. You can tell that Bones really likes working on Mob Psycho, and I love that for them. So yeah, the fight was really cool. Love the Yokai Hunter, that was great. But it seems like the broccoli is like doing something here, right? It seems like the broccoli seems to be like some sort of catalyst for spirits, or at least just otherworldly things, which was my fear because of how the broccoli was created. Of course, it's going to be a very highly dense. It's going to be very highly. Jesus fucking Christ! It's going to be very dense with power because of how it was created, and because of that dense power, it's probably feeding other spirits, making them stronger, or maybe creating other spirits. Like I said, it's a catalyst now. So it's growing its roots, it's spreading its roots, or at least I think that's the broccoli. I think that's what it was trying to foreshadow. So it's growing its roots, it's spreading everywhere, and eventually, at least from what I'm going to assume, eventually it's going to spread far enough to where you're going to have widespread problems like we had in the last episode, and even in this episode, where you can handle them with ease, but but two things. You won't be able to stop each one, especially if it spreads out through the city and maybe even further. You won't be able to stop all of them. You won't be able to be at each incident. Won't be able to be at each incident to fight, but also it's a matter of time before you run into a spirit that is maybe a little tough to deal with, because of how much of a catalyst the broccoli seems to have become. So the broccoli could pose as a problem, and honestly, I did not expect the broccoli to be this big of a plot point. I don't know if you can call it a plot point. This big of a I guess a plot point. I just didn't expect the broccoli to be this important. I knew that since it's a huge fucking broccoli stock, it's gonna be there. It's gonna have some shots of it and stuff like that. But yeah, it seems like it's gonna be a little bit more important than just some random big ass broccoli out there, right? So I'm a little worried about that. Still worried about about Dimple and what he's planning on doing, because if this broccoli is powering up spirits, Dimple is a part of that. I don't know, Dimple is also a spirit. we could get into some pretty not great territory if it keeps going on like this. Finally, the conclusion to the cultural festival, to double back to Mob's, you know, individuality and him coming up with a good plan, a great plan actually. Him coming up with the great plan of, yeah, let's use the yokai king or whatever his name was as a palette for our monsters and stuff like that. And it was a great plan. Here's what I loved about this. They went through with the cultural festival, but also it wasn't like the Mob's plan was a huge hit. It wasn't. It was middle of the road. It was just like, that it wasn't great. You know, people came out there thinking that wasn't like life changing. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad either. And the reason why I like that so much is, one, because you got through the whole cultural festival and stuff. You got to know how that shit went, and stuff like that. And of course, like I said, I really love the day by day lifestyle type stuff, the slice of life type stuff that's in Mob Psycho. I love that stuff. But to have it be something to where it's just middle of the road, you know, in showing that while Mob did come up with a good idea, it won't always be a hit, right? And I think that that's an important lesson for Mob, because all that matters is that he felt like he did a good job, and he did do a good job. It didn't have to change anybody. It didn't have to like move anybody. It didn't have to like scare anybody to death or anything like that. That didn't matter. Like that didn't matter at all. What really mattered is that Mob made that decision for himself, and I couldn't imagine that there's some sort of pride that Mob feels because he made that decision for himself. It doesn't matter if it was good or bad. He made that for himself. He took Reagan's advice and he did something for it. He went out and just did it. And that's gotta feel good to Mob. But Mob's not the only one. Serizawa is also going to night school. He's bettering himself. It's some good shit, man. It's some good shit. I like that for Serizawa, you know? He's in the same boat as Mob. Just like I said, just because he's older, just because Mob's barely a teenager and Serizawa is a grown ass man, they're both in this together when it comes to like both of them being, or at least starting off, not so great as a person, not like horrible people, but like they needed some work. So I'm really happy to see Mob and Serizawa taking that first step to just living. That's some good shit. That's some really good shit. As always, Mob Psycho, doing God's work. Doing God's work. I really love this anime, bro. I really do. But yeah, as always, Mob Psycho, doing God's work. A fantastic episode. Great fight. Oh my god, the animation was fantastic. Let's see if there's anything that I missed. Oh, Show's back. Jesus Christ, I almost forgot. Yeah, Show's back. I don't know if that's like something that, I don't know if he has like business here or he's just saying hi. It's still good to see Show again. If I missed anything, no, I don't know. I don't think there's anything else to truly talk about. But yeah, great episode. I really enjoyed that shit. Really happy to be back watching Mob. It's my son, on God, bro. That's my son, bro. That's my son. That's definitely my son, bro. But yeah, bro. This is great. So, as always, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more more Mob Psycho or something totally different, the best place to send that in, always my social media. Link's going to be in the description below. And if you want these episodes early, subscribe to my Patreon. Link's going to be in the description for that as well. We also have a Discord if you want to talk more Mob Psycho or anything else that we're watching on the channel. It's cool. I'd love to see you there. So, with all that out the way, let me get my off button ready. There it is. You all stay amazing, stay safe, and take care of yourselves.